Welcome to the finest football stadium in the United States of America. Any questions? No. I do have some remarks here, but anyway, you're in for a treat today as you get to see behind the scenes for the just completed West Side. Keep in mind that 8.5 months ago, this was a pile of rubble. On December 21st is when this place was imploded. It was middle of January before all of the rubble was hauled off. So to be honest about it, it was 7 months, maybe 8 months, that they built this facility. There aren't many places you can build a house in Texas in that period of time. This is a fantastic team of Manhattan Vaughn and their contractors that put this together. And it is, as you will see, the finest sports venue that exists in this country. As you may know by now, our final seated capacity ended up to be 102,733. It was thought to be 102,512, but we managed to, with some brilliance by populists, in getting that to 102,733. You're standing, as I said, we couldn't be any prouder than what you're fixing to see. This has been a great project by a lot of people in terms of raising money. The 12th Man Foundation raised and sold over $125 million worth of suites and raised money. The students chipped in $70 million with regard to fees voted upon themselves. The City of College Station did $30 million. And then pretty much the rest, we went to the bond market and borrowed at a super interest rate at about the best time in the history to do that. As you all know, Kyle Field is more than just a stadium. It is literally, to us, Aggies, the spiritual home of the 12th man. We take that very seriously. And I'm incredibly proud of what we have built here. This was done for all Aggies, former students, current students, and future students. It's truly a legacy project. When I hand the keys over to Michael Young Saturday morning, I would feel very comfortable dying about that time. And a lot of people would probably feel a lot more comfortable too. Knowing that this is going to be part of what I leave behind is really one of the great joys of my life. Now for a few facts about what's in store this weekend. We have lots of free public events, starting with the very memorable Midnight Yell practice tomorrow night with the theme Honoring America. Tomorrow, of course, is 9/11, and since it's occurring on Patriots Day, Midnight Yell is special, but I guarantee anyone who is with us tomorrow night will see some things and will have bragging rights for years to come for having been present at something truly memorable, and especially a special thing that the students are doing that night. Saturday is going to feature a free concert at Simpson Drill Field, plus the world's largest tailgate, with tailgaters registered from all over the world. Then I'm very excited about this. We'll have a flyover by the Commemorative Air Force during Spirit Walk. That's a former Confederate Air Force, the Commemorative Air Force out of Midland. Spirit Walk with the Fighting Texas Aggie football team on Houston Street. Then right after the national anthem, before kickoff, the Texas Air National Guard will fly over Kyle Field with 2 F-16s as a salute to our military tradition. And by the way, we're really grateful to Governor Abbott for making that possible. We called everybody in the federal government we could. We're unable to get, because of the federal government stopping these kind of things, weren't able to get jets for a flyover for the opening of this field. Governor Abbott called the Air National Guard, got 2 F-16s that are being piloted by 2 Aggies. We asked them to go vertical when they go over the field, but they said there's some problem with commercial traffic, and so they're going straight. But anyway, we're very grateful to Governor for making this happen. Those planes are coming from Lackland Air Force Base. I'm going to turn this over to Philip Ray, Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs, but before I do, let me embarrass him a bit by bragging on what an outstanding job he's done on this project. Philip Ray and Russ Wallace. Philip is, Philip's right here. Russ Wallace, where are you? These two folks build all of the buildings, and their staff builds all the buildings for the Texas A&M system. They're in the chancellor's office, and they oversaw the building of this building. There has not been, in my recollection, anyone who has worked harder, taken more responsibility, taken more errors when necessary to build this. Our partners have been unbelievable. Manhattan Vaughn, of course, is a company that's full of Aggies, and every one of the subcontractors had the same, and every one of those companies was not going to let this project fail. It was absolutely an amazing project. They have had 2 days off. They had last Christmas off, and they had this Christmas off. There's still 700 people working in this to make sure that all the little bells and whistles are finished by the time it's over. And anyway, there's not a harder working person than Philip and Russ, and I appreciate that. So I'm inviting now Philip Ray to come to the podium and introduce the rest of the program.
Howdy. What a great day. It is an absolute privilege to give you a sneak peek of your stadium today. We are super pleased, humbled, in fact, by the trust and the responsibility of this particular project. There's no question this is a legacy project, and without a lot of thanks and a lot of opportunity, I don't think we would be here. I know I wouldn't. So, I want to say publicly, he doesn't like when I do this, but I'm going to disobey him. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the chancellor. So, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm blessed. So, it's been a heck of a project. But I want to thank my team. Probably can't get through the names, so bear with me on that. But we've never worked harder, but we've never been more happy. So to show you your stadium, give you a sneak peek today, and then Saturday, really open this thing up. We're ecstatic. But again, I'm just a very blessed individual. Started out as no iron worker. It's a good day. Good day. So we got a great team. These guys and gals, hardest working construction crew that I've ever seen. And I've pushed them hard, right? And they have responded. So I'm just humbled by it all. Just proud to be a part of it. It's just a privilege. Enough of that. So today, what you're going to see when you come in, downstairs with the chancellor, he introduced you to the Maroon Cube. You can see the Hall of Champions. It's just fantastic. This place is ready to go due to the efforts of a lot of people. I was just a tiny, tiny piece. But you're going to see some workers still in here today. As the chancellor said, we've probably still got 700 folks still working on this thing. They're going to work through the night, just like they've been doing. They'll continue to work tomorrow. They'll continue to work Saturday, hanging some of the branding and some of the banners and things like that. But we're ready. And, as we've consistently said, and I think there's been some that maybe didn't necessarily think we were being truthful, we have never been behind a single day on this project, not a single day. And that's due to the work of our partners. And we got some outstanding partners. And the other thing I want to be clear about, the last media event we had, I don't think I did a good job of clarifying this, but the whole key to this thing, the absolute key, was the ability of the chancellor to make timely decisions. We took him decisions, I took him decisions every single day. And he's not big on committees. He's not big on a bunch of bureaucracy. He's not big on administration. It's let's make a decision. We give him all the facts. He makes the decision. And I think he's hit them all out of the park. The most important decision that he made was the redesign of this stadium. For some of you that may not know, it came across from the university at 92,000 plus, had a canopy on one side, south end was low. I mean, it was really kind of askew. So we got with Earl Santee and the chancellor got together and we were able to design a stadium, present that to the Board of Regents that I think that we're all proud of. And so we think we're leading the industry on this. We think not only for collegiate sports, but also professional sports. So I hope you like it, as much as we do. Again, my hat's off to the construction crew, the men and women, just tremendous workers. I can't say enough about them. I also want to recognize, just by a show of hands, if I may, we did put a committee together for the grand reopening of Kyle Field. And so these are the folks that helped plan the fireworks and the concert and all the special things that we're going to do. So if we got any committee members in here that were on that committee, please raise your hand. All right. Good. Appreciate y'all. So anyway, think it's going to be a very special weekend. We appreciate you all being here. Again, as you come through, we're going to show you the Legacy Lounge. You saw the ring bar out front. We're gonna take you to the north side of the Legacy Club, the All-American Club over there, and we're gonna have some food and things. We'll cover that in just a minute, and then we're gonna take you out the southwest for those that are interested. Go out there and take some photos. But again, Chancellor, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this highlight of my career, and appreciate y'all being here. Can't wait for Saturday. Let's beat the hell out of Ball State. Okay. All right. So it is my pleasure. Where's Big Earl? There he is. Our architect, Populous. It was a committee that, again, I was fortunate enough to chair. I guess that was back in 2011, I guess it was, when we started work on this. At that time, I was with the university. And we went through an extensive process with the 12th Man Foundation and different folks. And a very integral decision to the whole success of this stadium was a selection of Populous. They are the best on planet Earth, as the Chancellor likes to say. And so, Earl, will you share a few words with us? Thank you, Earl. Thank you.
Howdy. So, 3.5 years later, here we sit. Here we stand. The great thing about this project is that we interviewed probably 300 to 400 people that gave us information about what they wanted Kyle Field to be in the future. And I think for us, the impact of that was the passion and love that the people we talked to had for this university, for the Aggies, and for the future. And so part of what you see today, and you'll see a little bit today, is really symbolic of that we embrace the tradition, we embrace the core values, and we embrace the love that you all have of this university, your Aggies, and this stadium. So, cheers to that. Let me just thank a few people. First off, these projects are hard. In fact, I would say this is probably one of the hardest projects we've worked on together with Manhattan Vaughn and University. Why is it hard? Well, one, you had to have the belief that you could do it. And it took a while. It took a while for people to understand what the magnitude of the project, their belief on the project. Can we do it in the time frame? Do we have to relocate the team for a year? And that took a lot of commitment and took a lot of guts. We'll say it that way. And so it formed a partnership. That partnership was from the university side, the 12th Man Foundation, the athletic department, and Manhattan Vaughn and the design team. I mean, all of us together. We were one group making great decisions about what the future of this building would be. Now, honestly, if we didn't have that, we would never have accomplished this. Not this year. And so I want to thank all those folks that participated in that process and let them know that your aspirations and goals, I believe, we hit it. Some might say we nailed it. I mean, I can't imagine we could say we could do better, because this is it. If excellence is one of your core values, this is it. This is the finest building, and I heard it before. It is the finest sports building in America, and I've got 30 years behind me saying it with truth, honesty. So as you look at the building over the next few days, pay attention to the details. Those details are about you. It's about your football program, about university, and they're everywhere in this building, everywhere. And that's attribute to all of you. So take the time, look around. And tomorrow, when you think back about today, I think you'll realize that you missed so much of the building that you'll want to come back again and again and again. And so a lot of that is really the summation of what we're trying to get here, is that we're trying to develop experiences that are just not just one day at a time, but they're of a lifetime of experiences. And the Hall of Champions, as you'll see and saw today, is really embodies that idea, that it's a dynamic representation of your athletic programs and your university. And it's dynamic because it's just not in the past or the present, but it's also the future. And that's what we're here today to talk about, the future of Kyle Field, the future of the Aggies, the future of this university. And with that, I'd like to thank a few folks. So first off, I'd love to thank the chancellor, his inspiration and passion, his commitment to the project. You know, it took guts. It was hard. Those are hard decisions. And he was a great advocate of the design, and he clearly was helpful in making great design decisions on the project each and every day. I want to thank the 12th Man Foundation for their contributions to the project, how they were with us day in and day out, making sure that we didn't accept anything but the best. The excellence, this whole thing about excellence, that was a key component of our design process. I want to thank the Manhattan Vaughn for their great leadership, their commitment to the project, and believe it or not, their willingness to accept this crazy schedule, you know, because it was crazy. And they did it, you know. I think I talked to Greg Vaughn about this yesterday about, you know, we made that commitment. That commitment was made 2.5 years ago, right? And so they lived up to it. I think as a partnership, everybody lived up to it. I'd like to thank PCRK that helped us along the way with managing the project and making sure that we were keeping our heads screwed on straight and keeping us going forward. And I'd like to thank all of you for your passion, your commitment to the university. Look, we take it, and I'll say it this way, our projects, by the way, they embody great clients. That's it. Great buildings are a byproduct of great clients. And all of you were that for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Earl. We appreciate it. You know, in the beginning, we talked about this, about the challenging time frame that we had, you know, not to miss a game over these 2 seasons. We had a lot of skeptics out there in the construction industry, no doubt about that. We had a few skeptics within the Aggie community to a degree. But I will tell you, as I've said in media events previously, only Aggies could do this. I truly, truly believe that. Only Aggies could do this. And we were blessed to have some really, really influential Aggies involved with our contracting partners. Manhattan Vaughn is our contractor on this, our construction manager at RIS. They have been fabulous. They've never doubted it for a day. They've reminded me on several occasions when I push them that this is their stadium, it's not my stadium. So, you know, they've been in this stadium for years and generations. And so let me introduce Greg McClure, have a few brief remarks from Manhattan Vaughn. Thank you, buddy.
Well, all right, kind of like Chancellor Sharp said, what more do I need to say? I've sat up here for the last 2 years telling you what we're going to do, and now you get to see what we did. And, you know, as Earl said, 2.5 years ago, he walked in my office in Dallas and gave out this plan that I think Chancellor Sharp and Sam had thrown out to him. And I won't say what our first words to him were, but as we kept talking and kept getting our really intelligent people involved, we started seeing that, you know what, this could happen. And it took total commitment from the university, it took total commitment from the architect, and it took total commitment from our staff, and it took total commitment from about 90 subcontractors. And I've been selling that commitment across this state and across the United States for about 2 years, convincing people that, yeah, this can happen. And they all fell in line, and they believed me, and they kept on trucking, and here we are. So kind of the theme of the day is thanking everyone. Everybody's kind of been brought up, but I do want to mention a couple of people that may have not ever been up in front of this camera on our side of the table. Jim Cudahy is our senior superintendent. You talk about only having 2 days off. that's the guy who's not had but 2 days off in the last 2.5 years. He is a tireless commitment to this university and to this project, and he never wavered on any of his plans. He had a thought, and he pushed it all the way through. Brett Marshall, Tom Kramer, Eric Peasley, all of our project managers, all of our superintendents, our project engineers. We've had interns that came in from the university and worked with us. I've had them out here the last few nights sweeping and brooming and cleaning, working 18-hour days, and I cannot tell you how much I am thankful for them being right there with us all the way through this whole project. Kind of from here, we're going to spend the next 24 to 48 hours just kind of making sure everything's the way it should be, and trying to get those final bells and whistles on it. There's still a lot of guys still walking around here with hard hats and orange vests on, and they're still getting it. And they got here this morning at 6. We left last night at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're all real tired, but we're still getting it, and we're not going to quit until we get it perfect. And so they're committed to finishing it out and making it perfect for everyone involved, and making sure this game Saturday or the events over the next few days are as enjoyable as any Aggie has ever had. And on a personal basis, as an Aggie and a graduate of this university, I am humbled by the just allowing me to be a part of this thing, and just entrusting that we could get this thing done. And I will always be grateful for everyone involved that helped select us. So Bill Vaughn and I are just glad to be to the end. So thank you, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Greg. We appreciate it. The other thing that you've heard quite a bit about over the past few months, hopefully, is the technology system that's in this facility. It's the Corning One solution. The connectivity is just going to be unequaled. We've had NFL stadiums, a lot of collegiate stadiums. This is the first place it's ever been installed. We think we're state of the art on this, and we got a lot of folks that are watching, and we've got a couple of NFL teams that have already purchased it to follow us. So we feel like we're on that leading edge. Our partner in that is IBM Corning. And so to bring a few words on behalf of IBM Corning is Sam Matala. Sam?
Howdy. And good afternoon. First of all, let me thank Chancellor Sharp and Philip Ray. We certainly do appreciate the opportunity. We know it was a challenging project to be first, as it always is, but we stand here proud of what we've accomplished. And I think as you walk around the stadium, and more importantly, as you put the system to the test while you're attending the games, either videotaping or on your phones or watching Wi-Fi, whatever the case may be, I think you'll all agree that this is one heck of a system that we were able to put together here for Kyle Field and for Texas A&M. We have a lot of people to thank for that, in particular some of our partners, Corning, first of all, who was with us the whole way, and it's really their technology that the solution is based on. Wireless Services, who was one of our key subcontractors, and then also the carriers, 2 key carriers that have signed up for the program, AT&T. We certainly do thank them and look forward to the partnership in providing this solution, and Verizon. So they've stepped up to the plate with some sponsorship dollars to be able to put their money where their mouth is, to be able to make sure that all of their customers have a quality product and they will have good signal in the stadium and the best solution that you could possibly buy. So I'll be brief, but once again, I just want to thank everyone for the tremendous opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to game time when you guys get the chance to truly check out the technology, and it is truly state of the art, and it is something that I think will wow you. So thank you very much, Philip. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam. And to be clear on the technology system that we've got, the Corning One solution, we're going to continue, the Corning and IBM are going to continue to fine-tune that as we go. We're going to have 100,000 plus bodies in that stadium, so they're going to continue to fine-tune that over the next couple of games, but it is going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to be amazing Saturday, and it's going to continue to get better. If you're not with Verizon or you're not with AT&T, you need to call your carrier. You need to call them quick, Right now, they have not put their money where their mouth is, so to speak. We are in consultation with them, but a little encouragement from Aggies across the country might help. So anyway, if you're Verizon, you're AT&T, you're good. All right? So the thing we always like to talk about, not really, traffic. We've got the best in the business at that. The Texas A&M Transportation Institute has been working with the cities and the TxDOT and different ones and developing in-game game day parking apps and stuff. So Dr. Tim Lomax, come and guide us through and help us avoid all the traffic that's coming up. Thank you, buddy.
Howdy. Come on. Howdy. All right. This is a big day. This is a cool day. Saturday's going to be even cooler. If you haven't downloaded the Destination Aggieland app, please do so. Please plan ahead. Traffic is not going to be like a regular day. It's going to be a little bit worse. We are trying to unload the 4th largest downtown in the state on game day, so you will find some traffic. But we have planned around everything that we possibly can. I sort of liken this as like the Aggie Band performance at halftime. There's a whole lot of moving parts. We hope everybody's going in the right direction. If you plan ahead, you can get there. I do want to thank the Chief Traffic Engineer of the A&M System, John Sharp, for giving us this opportunity. The huge load of traffic that was here for Alabama 2013 is sort of part of why we got here. But we would not have been able to do this. The Texas A&M Transportation Institute is really just, you know, you've heard me say before, I'm just here to take credit. That's really my main job in this project. People like Troy Rother and Marshall Wallace are here from the City of College Station, Paul Casper from the City of Bryan. The folks with police and fire and emergency response, Greg Leith with the City of College Station PD has been awesome to work with. Folks at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, downtown Bryan, and the Chamber of Commerce have been awesome at helping us get the word out, getting folks to understand what it is we're trying to do and supporting us. City councils in both cities have been very responsive to things that we needed. And then folks on campus, obviously there's a lot of people involved in this, but athletics, 12th man, the transportation services is really the folks who carry out the work on campus. So Peter Lang and Debbie Hoffman, Pete Willis, Julie Villarreal have been exceptional to work with. They had a pretty good plan before this. We adapted, took big chunks of their plan and adapted that to the much larger capacity. So thank you again, Chancellor Sharp and Philip. Philip's been great to work with. He put some difficult deadlines and stuff, but I think I got a thumbs up, so I hope somebody caught that on camera. Again, download the Destination Aggieland app if you're coming to A&M. The best part about that this year is that it's going to have everything. All the sports are on there, plus Ring Day. We've got a Ring Day coming up in a couple of weeks. It's traffic, transportation information there, graduations, muster, everything that happens on campus. We're going to have traffic information in that app. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. Just give you a thumbs up, man. I get emotional working on this project, so I'm weak right now. So that's what that was all about. No, I appreciate it. And the other thing I would like to say and make sure everyone's aware of, appreciate the media. You know, the media has been great throughout this project. They've been very cooperative with us. Athletics, Coach Sumlin has been the best to work with. And he's been very understanding, very supportive. So, and on the media side, this weekend we're hosting a National Bloggers Summit. I don't know if the bloggers are with us or not. I had an opportunity to meet with them this morning, but I think that was a great thing. I told them this morning, I don't really know what blogging means, you know, but I'm sure it's impactful, so we're good. So we're happy about that. All right, so the next person I would like to introduce is certainly very, very close to the fans and the customers of those and our premium suite holders and all that we're going to do in here is our food services partner that we went under contract with last year. They are innovative, creative, and doing just an outstanding job. So just to bring a few brief remarks, Marty Price, where is Marty? Come on up, Marty. And we are going to sample some of your concessionary food after this. So.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Howdy. I'm between you and a snack right now in the middle of the afternoon in this beautiful, beautiful stadium. Chancellor Sharp, Philip Ray, thank you very much. We are beyond proud to be a part of working with Texas A&M University, and how exciting is Saturday going to be. We're going to have the biggest party for 100,000 people, serving phenomenal food that really screams Texas, and with great service, and bring out that Aggie hospitality and wonderful drinks. And it's just such an honor to be a part of this. Levy Restaurants is so proud, and we have managers and chefs from all over the nation here helping and a part of the project to ensure that we have just a fantastic day Saturday and beyond. So I believe Chancellor's going to come up and say something as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we do the Q&A, we have one little thing we want to show you. And all of this is fine and good, but one of the things I really wanted to do to stop my bad emails coming from Monday, and my bad emails over the years were there isn't enough women's restrooms in the stadium. We have over a 300% increase in women's restrooms in the stadium. I do not expect any more emails. Partly because of Janice Ray and Charlotte Sharp, my wife over here, and Philip's wife over here, and a whole lot of women that wanted that change, and so we're glad to do that. We want to do something for Dave Picu, Dr. Dave Picu, right here in the white, from New Orleans, Louisiana. He invented heart attack on a stick, better known as chicken fried hot dogs, and we wanted to give you something that you can hang at your headquarters, Dr. Picu, if you'll just unveil that. And this will be a permanent part of Kyle Field. What do you think? You've lost a lot of weight since that picture was taken. So thank you. Question and answers right now for anybody that spoke here or whatever. Go ahead. And the way we'll do this is we'll have question and answers, then we'll go eat, and then you're free to go anywhere you want to in the stadium without a guide, whatever. So the first thing we'll do is, while we've got them here, if y'all have any questions for anybody that's spoken, now's a good time to start. Anybody?
What's the one thing that $485 million didn't buy you?
What's the what?
What's the one thing that $485 million didn't buy you that you wanted?
National championship, but we'll get there. Sooner than you think, I bet. Yes, sir.
Did you consider trying to go for the record of the stadium
In their country? No, we didn't. I mean, we literally didn't even try to get the biggest stadium in the state of Texas. It turned out that way. And the reason it turned out that way is because when the first design that was given to us, we didn't tell populace, hey, that's only 92,000 that came from President Lofton. We told populace, this stadium is not symmetrical. The south end zone was way down here, the north zone is way up here, the west side was way up here, and the east side was way down here. I mean, it just was not symmetrical. And so making it symmetrical, in other words, having the south end zone as high as the north end zone and around, that came to 102,733,000. So it was not, we're pleased. And had we not been the largest in Texas by a few hundred, we might have jumped that a little bit. But that was not, truthfully, was not the intent. The intent was to make the stadium beautiful and symmetrical, like populace, quite frankly, always wanted it to be.
Chancellor, walking around, what's your favorite part?
My
Chancellor,
favorite part?
what's your favorite part in walking around the stadium?
Other than the suite that I have, my favorite part is just the overall look of the stadium and the bowl and how pretty it is. When you're on the 50-yard line or when you're down on the field and look up, it is one magnificent building. It's incredible. And that's what, the grandeur of it is what gets me. What's happened is, I mean, it's going to be loud, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the field has been lowered 7 feet. Instead of one canopy, there are two. And I know you appreciate that for shade. It has nothing to do with shade. It's all about sound. And so the bottom of that stadium is going to be very, very loud. And it's going to be a great sports venue for our young men women that play. So the overall look of it is what really captures my imagination. 85 what?
485 million is the budget. That's the budget. She's asking is 485 million budget, yes.
385. 45. Did you say 385? Yeah. There were no change orders in this process, if you can believe that. Not one. There was no, they never were behind a day. Even in the floods, they figured out a way to reroute the floods through the stadium and out onto Welborn Road. We now have, perhaps because of that, we now have a drainage system under this field that doesn't exist anywhere else either. It's about $1 million drainage system. It can take 12 inches an hour indefinitely and move it out of the stadium. If you get 2 or 3 hours of that, there's going to be somebody named Noah riding with you, but we don't anticipate having water issues in the stadium again.